And we are now live in the game, as you can see, starting on Grand Lagoon to the top right. In blue is our Protoss player for SK Gaming. For Schröd Commando, it is of course MC, ahead in the series with a 1-0 already. And to the bottom left, we have his opponent, starting for Fnatic. One of the few Korean players that are still in the lineup is Jay, aka Lovesick, his old ID. And he needs to win here. He needs to win if he wants to force a third game. And let's see what his idea is on map number 2. And know what MC is going to do here. Wolf already pointed it out earlier. Usually from MC, we see a lot of Stargate play. That might be something that he tries to do on this map as well. But on the other hand, it's a very good map for an Immortal push.
I think he may have changed his build last game based on the fact that the wings were in his base, so he had to delay his tech, and then the delay he used was actually, it worked out pretty nicely for going for Dark Templar, so he may have switched into that. This map is really hard to take a third base on as a Protoss because you can't really wall. It's really tough to defend against run-bys and pressure at the third to get with roaches and lings, and then later on infestors. So I think that we're going to see some sort of two-base play from MC. If he tries to go for a third base and makes it work, I'll be even more excited because he'll be one of the very first to actually make that happen.
The opening for Jay is pretty normal. It goes into pool. We talked a little bit about the option for a Zerg player to go into hatch first, which is rarely used because of the danger of being attacked with the cannon rush. And Jay doesn't really have a lot of scouting information, so he doesn't know if MC is trying to go for a Nexus first here. If we have him already with a Forge being built, and that's the case right now, MC drops the Forge, does not take any unnecessary risks. But the main question, of course, being right now, what kind of transition he's going for later on, and what we are going to see from Jay. Because I feel that Jay needs to be a little bit more sneaky. He tried to go for this attack in the last game.
Yeah, it just didn't quite work out. The DTs were there. That was the worst possible scenario for Jay last game. He just got caught with his pants down with the DT defense and then the DT in his third. He was able to get the spore up, but he didn't react quickly enough to save his drones.
The reason being, of course, also that he just didn't have any detection whatsoever. So, from Jay's point of view, that was horrible. He tried to go for an attack. He invested a lot of resources into the attack, and then it turns out that he can't deal with his opponent's units because he can't see them. So he was bound to lose everything, and yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. But right now we have Jay just scouting once again, trying to find the probe. He knows that somewhere on this map there is bound to be one, but the probe is already on its way back, spotted by a Zergling at the Zalnaga watchtower now. And at the top right, we have still the Overlord hovering. Needs to get out of there. The cannon is a little bit angry.
Yeah, cannon just saying, hey, if you stay too close to me, I'm gonna make your life hard.
Yeah, double up extractor now in the main base for MC getting his gas up. And, well, we still need the cybernetics core before there's gonna be a tech revelation. But yeah, I feel on the map like this, even MC will most likely go into the Immortal push.
Yeah, Immortal push seems the most likely choice.
On the other hand, he loves his Stargate, doesn't he?
He really does, man. He doesn't like to get away from it, but this is going to be one of those times where I think he's going to have to.
I want to see what's going on with MC in Heart of the Swarm. That's what I'm really excited about, because is he going for a Stargate play with the new Void Rays? That's going to be really, really interesting.
New Void Rays plus the Oracle, and even Phoenix is having that range upgrade temporarily. We'll see if that works out or not.
And as I said, especially in Heart of the Swarm, there are so many like cheese strategies right now that you have to get used to. I actually remember I played the other day a couple of games, and this one guy, I met him 3 games in a row, and I lost the first one immediately because he hit Stargates on the map, and then suddenly I had to deal with all these Void Rays. But he was like a little bit like a one-trick pony. I met him like 3 times in a row, and every single time he went for the same strategy. And I won, of course, game 2 and 3 like immediately because I knew who was coming and scouted a little bit better. So I'm like, dude, are you serious? Really? Over and over again. And there it is, MC with a Stargate on this map. So he wants to go for the strategy. I can't wait to see him in Heart of the Swarm. Yeah, I feel that Stargate is a lot more viable in Heart of the Swarm.
I agree.
And that should be MC's time to shine again.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome to see what he can do with that, as well as other players. Has a lot more spells in general, so it takes a little bit more multitasking to actually use your units well and know when to use them. And also causes your opponents to react as well. 4 gates, you may try to hit +1 and do a heavy attack with Void Rays. See,
I would love that.
And there it is. That's
Yep.
exactly what we're going to see because he knows he can't play this map straight up with a third base.
I love this push. I think personally that this push is one of the strongest pushes with a Stargate opening that you have, and I can't understand why it's so completely fell off the grid. It's very rarely that we see this push, but it's a very strong one. If you execute it well, it can do so much, especially now in times where most Zerg players are just so focused on dealing with an immortal push.
Yeah, I agree. Gateways are spotted, so he's going to be preparing for some sort of push by ground. This is one oversight of MC not being able to deny the Overlord Scout. Spines are already being started. That's really helpful for him. And he needs to do a little bit more than that, though, but he can't until his Roachhorn is dead. He has to make only Speedlings, which is not useful against +1 Zealots, especially with Void Ray support.
Spine crawlers everywhere now. Extra queen is also being built. It would be queen number 4. Roach Warren. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. And the warp in onto the high ground.
Yeah.
Nice, I love it. That is like the perfect way. This is Jungbi style, what Jungbi did against... It's not really Jungbi style, but Jungbi used it against Shine on Abyssal City and won with this strategy. Warp into the main base, onto the high ground, and now a lot of damage done already with Void Ray, but he needs the high ground vision. That's why the Void Ray cheats him for a second.
Yep, he had to pull back for just a second. Spinecrawler here is one of the most key structures that Jay made in the main base, helping him out quite a bit, but he doesn't really have enough lings, I feel, to defend the queens. The second Void Ray gets here now as well. This is starting to get really nasty. Jay is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the more Void Rays you're facing, the more difficult it gets to defend. And he didn't build any Spore Crawler, so he's solely relying on the queens there, and that's always taking a huge risk, especially when those Void Rays are finally charged up.
Yep, he gets a chance to use, but the first Void Ray is pulled back. He can actually start fighting roaches with that. He's actually just going to target the queens down.
Nice micro here by MC so far. Moving back with the Void Ray once again. The queen is already dead and dying. A nice transfuse, saving it for a second. But with Void Ray number 3, both queens are finished now. Pam Pam. And now 3 Void Rays and a lot of Zealots. This is not looking good.
Yeah, this may actually just ended. A nice target there with that new queen that came out, but it's not going to last too long. The score will go down as well, and the Zealots are just going to keep going to town here. He needs to target that Spinecrawler down. You know, I mean, yeah, you can kill a lot of drones here regardless, but I'd like to see him kill that one Spinecrawler, which has been like the thorn in his side here.
Those Void Rays are really going down, yeah, but you're completely right. The Spinecrawler just has 20 hit points, and there's just no reason to keep it alive.
There it goes, fine.
Spinecrawler is gone, third Void Ray arrives, and this main base is completely exposed. There is just no anti-air left. He doesn't have anything. There's one queen
he just didn't make spores, you know? If he had made spores, I feel like this could have been an easy, well, not easily defendable, but it would have had a much better chance. There's a big counterattack, meanwhile, of course, going on, and MC is a little bit distracted by this, having to use warpins at home, but he's gonna clean this up with good sentry warpins, and that's gonna, I think that's gonna actually cause the game to end.
Yeah, we focused a little bit too much on the Voiders at the bottom, but of course this counterattack by Jay is doing a bit of damage, but is not able to end the game here. He was nearly able to break through, but there are just too many sentries. MC is not gonna die to a run by this, and all those Void Rays at the bottom left now, they just do too much, and there's the GG as SKMC claims victory in game number 2 and advances to the winner match.
Yeah.